Hey you! Welcome to Dishing Up the Books. My name is Chrissy, and I'm on a mission to bring our families back to the dinner table through delicious and nutritious meals, one cookbook at a time. Today, we're diving into Taste of Home's Farmhouse Family Dinner Cookbook, which was published in 2021, to create a cozy autumn feast. I'm talking broccoli beer cheese soup, caraway cheese bread, and roasted apple salad with a spicy maple cider vinaigrette, and to top it all off with an autumn apple torte. Talk about some serious comfort foods. First up, we'll start with the autumn apple torte, mainly because this takes 30 minutes to bake, and we're going to serve it cold, so we don't need it hot. Let's get started. Half a cup of butter, softened. Half a cup of sugar, divided. Vanilla extract will be half a teaspoon. 1 cup of all-purpose flour. 1 package of Philadelphia cream cheese. 1 egg at room temperature. Half a teaspoon of almond extract. 2 cups of Granny Smith apples. 2 cups of Cortland apples. These are delicious red apples. I couldn't find Cortland. 1/4 cup of cinnamon sugar. I used 1/4 cup of regular sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon to make this mixture. We have 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, half a cup of confectioner's sugar, 2 tablespoons of 2% milk, and 2 tablespoons of sliced almonds toasted. Next, in a small bowl, we're going to cream our butter and 1/4 cup of the sugar until it's light and fluffy, which is about 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to use half of this. We'll add in the vanilla. Gradually mix in our flour. Then we're going to grease a 9-inch springform pan. I'll be using olive oil spray to grease mine. Next, we're going to press the mixture into the bottom of the pan. Press this, and we're going to try to bring it up to create the crust. Here we go. Pressed into the bottom and then up on the edges a little bit, about 1 inch. I don't think I got a full inch on all of it, but I think it will do just fine. Okay, now we're going to take our cream cheese and we're going to go ahead and beat that with the remaining sugar. We're going to add in our egg, and a half a teaspoon of almond extract. And then we're going to beat that together. Okay, that's been mixed together. Now we just got to pour that into our pan. Pour this over the crust. This is how I'm going to peel and slice my apples. I got this device off of Amazon. It was like 30 bucks. I'll try to link it if I can find it. But you just put your apple in there and then just turn it. And I just have to cut it in half. Next, we put the apples in a large bowl and set those aside. In a separate bowl, we'll mix the cinnamon, sugar, and the nutmeg, and then we're going to sprinkle those onto the apples. Now we get to be creative and arrange the apple slices on top of the cream cheese mixture. We'll bake for 5 minutes before we reduce the oven to 400 degrees. Now we continue baking for another 30 to 35 minutes, or until the apples are tender. It's been about 30 minutes. This looks absolutely beautiful. We'll let this cool on a wire rack before we remove the rim of the pan. And once it's cooled, we'll mix the confectioner's sugar and the milk. Okay, so the autumn apple torte has cooled off, and so now we're going to go ahead and put the topping on it. And just mix all this up. The pan. Woo! Look how. All right. So I don't have a cute little cake pan, but I do. And then we're just going to drizzle it. sprinkle with our almonds. Beautiful. Going by the smell that's already filling the house, this apple torte is going to be the perfect finish to our dinner. Now let's start working on the caraway cheese bread. Next, we're going to knock out the caraway cheese bread, and for that we need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, 1.5 teaspoons of caraway seeds, 3/4 teaspoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 large eggs, 1 cup of plain yogurt, 1/2 cup of melted butter, and 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. First, we gotta preheat our oven to preheat to 375. Check. Alright, in a large bowl, we're going to combine the first 6 ingredients, which is our flour, shredded cheddar cheese, caraway seeds, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. And we're just going to combine those things together. Set aside. In a small bowl, we're going to combine the remaining ingredients, which is our eggs, yogurt, butter, and Dijon. Okay, now we get to mix. Now we get to mix the wet into the dry, or the dry into the wet. And we're just mixing until it's combined. Greasing a 9x5 pan, and I'm using olive oil. Now we just need to pour batter into the pan. Now just put into the oven, and we're going to bake for 30 to 35 minutes until toothpick comes out clean. Next up, we're tackling the broccoli beer cheese soup. This will be my first time making it, but the recipe looks delicious and I'm so excited to try it. So we need 3 tablespoons of butter, 5 celery ribs chopped, 3 carrots chopped, 1 small onion finely chopped, 4 cups of fresh broccoli florets, 1/4 a cup of sweet red peppers. I'm using bell pepper. 4 cans of chicken broth. I am using homemade chicken broth. 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. 1/2 cup of water. 3 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. 1 package of cream cheese. And 1 12-ounce bottle of beer. In a heavy bottom pot, we're going to melt our butter and saute the celery, carrots, and onion. We'll get those nice and tender before we add in our broccoli and our pepper. Get the broccoli and pepper added, and our chicken broth with the pepper. While that's heating up in a separate bowl, we're going to combine the flour, the water. We'll mix this up until it's smooth. Then we'll gradually add this into the pan, making sure that we are stirring constantly to avoid those lumps. We'll bring this up to a boil and then reduce the heat down to a simmer. We're simmering now, so we'll let this simmer for another 20 to 30 minutes, or until the soup thickens and the veggies are tender. It's been about 30 minutes now, and it's time to add the cheese and the beer. We're going to just heat this through to melt everything. Now that we've got the broccoli beer cheese soup simmering, let's get started on that roasted apple salad.
First thing first, we need to get our oven preheated to 375 degrees. Then we need to get our baking sheet ready. I've got 4 Fuji apples here quartered, and we're going to put those on this baking sheet, and then we're going to cover those with olive oil to coat those, and we're going to toss them in there, and then we're going to roast these apples for 20 to 30 minutes. And just get those nice and covered. Toss them around a little bit. These little guys don't want to get covered. Okay, this looks good. Now we're just going to pop those into the oven. Next, our dressing, which is going to be 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinaigrette, 2 more tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of sriracha chili sauce, half a teaspoon of salt and pepper. Try to do this over here on the side so I don't get any extra salt in that dressing. And then I'm going to go ahead and just do 1/4 of a teaspoon for our pepper. I think the chili sauce will bring enough spice to it. Get that mixed up. And then I'm just using a spring salad mix, 5 ounces. Throw those here in this bowl. And then I probably should have used a bigger bowl. Like, this is kind of a lot. But we're just going to drizzle this dressing over the top of it. And toss that all together to get it all nice and coated. And then we'll wait until the salad is plated to top with the crumbled goat cheese and the chopped toasted pecans. So this is our meal plated. It turned out beautiful. I did not get a video of everything, so I just got these pictures for the thumbnails, but everything turned out beautiful. It tasted wonderful. Both me and my husband loved everything on the plates. My children, however, did not, so I will have to try to do something more kid-friendly next meal. So thanks for tagging along.
Okay, let's review Taste of Home's Farmhouse Family Dinners Cookbook. This book was published in 2021 by Taste of Homes. First off, I would like to say I love that this book is packed with comfort foods that are easy to make. The instructions are easy to follow. All the ingredients so far that I've tried are available, and these photos are just absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you one real quick. The other thing I love about this book is that the whole first chapter is full of menu ideas that include a main dish, a couple of side dishes, and or a dessert option. So here's the menu, and then each page has the recipe for that item listed. The other thing is not only is there a whole chapter full of menus, but they give you a whole nother 30 menu ideas in the back of the book. So these menus, the menu items, there you go. The menu items listed in these menus are actually found in the book. I know a lot of other books, cookbooks that offer menus, will only give you recipes for 1 or 2 items listed on their menu. I don't know if the assumption is that it's common knowledge for the other items that they have listed in their menu ideas. But this one lists all of them. Another cool thing with these recipes is that some of these recipes offer storage ideas or let you know which dishes are good for storing, freezing. Let me see if I can find one for you. So right here at the bottom, just letting you know that it's a good recipe for your leftovers to be frozen. So when you get into the entrees, it also will give you at the bottom of the book, or the bottom of the recipe. So another cool thing about this book is that it also offers some suggestions on what to serve. You can see that down there at the bottom, a little circle, little wreath. Gives you an idea of what side item to serve with this entree. Also listed at the bottom is nutrition facts for each of your recipes. I love that each recipe listed in this book has its own page. You don't have a bunch of recipes jumbled up on one page, which eliminates the possibility of mixing up your recipes while you're following the instructions. Perfect. This is a great resource for anybody that's looking for some delicious, family-friendly, and easy-to-prepare meals. I know I will definitely be using this for other recipes. As you can see, I've already got some future ones marked. I hope you enjoy it too.